Welcome back to another episode of the 4-9 Show with your boy, K.O.D.S. I'm back. It's been about a month, a little over a month. I had to regroup after Super Bowl 54 and a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. We all know what happened, how it happened. No sense in talking about it now since it's been, so long ago. So I won't get into that. That's not what I'm making the video about today. So there's no need to talk about refs, blown calls, no calls, coaches choking, quarterback choking, whatever excuse people need or whatever reasons that people need to use. There's no sense in talking about any of that now because it's over and we've moved on. It was a good season. I thought that we would win it all. I was wrong. But it was a good season. Nobody expected us to be there but myself probably. I did predict us against the Chargers. It was the Chiefs. But I didn't think we'd lose either way, but we did. But it was a hell of a season to come from 4-12 to 13-3. So basically last year we were second to worst. And this year we finished second best. So pretty much that's how it was. That's what the season was. Now we need to come back this offseason and try to focus on being number one, winning the whole thing. Super Bowl 55 in Tampa. I don't know what's going to happen, but this offseason has already started to be crazy. Like always, we lost the Super Bowl. There's a lot of reasons on why we lost. People have their opinions on why we lost. Garappolo overthrew Emmanuel Sanders by about 7 yards. Had he done that, we win. And the whole talk about right now is who could have made that pass. And if he was our quarterback, he would have completed that pass and we would have won the Super Bowl. So you already know where I'm getting at. Tom Brady. Tom Terrific, Mr. GOAT, Mr. Jesus Christ, whatever people like to call him. This is the rumors now, and I don't know if these rumors are real or not, people, but Tom Brady going to the 49ers. He could have won that Super Bowl if he was a quarterback of the 49ers last month. And I agree with that. I definitely think he would have scored that drive. I can't say if he would have got us all the way to the Super Bowl this year, but, and I say that because of the system, schematically there's naked bootlegs and, on the play fakes, bootleg, naked boots and all of that. He just can't move like that. Garappolo can. Not that Garappolo's a dual threat quarterback, but Brady can't do that. He can't move like that. I remember Peyton Manning trying to do the same thing with Gary Kubiak in Denver his last few years in the league, and it did not look that good. I mean, yeah, Peyton Manning could still throw it up until his last season, but seeing him run those boots, and he went over there and learned it, but to see him do that, it just looked like a giant stork, trying to run around from the left and stretch it back to the right in a circle. It just didn't look good. In the last season, he didn't look good at all. But he did, go to another team. But he had a few more good years left in him. He played 5 seasons in Denver after leaving Indianapolis. Brady doesn't have 5 seasons. He's got 1, possibly 2. So, look, everything that I've been looking at, this whole Brady talk is what I'm here for. Brady is getting a lot of hate from 49er fans on social media. Everything that I've looked at and read and watched and seen this week, I've been hearing pretty much, fuck Brady, piss off. We don't need you. Jimmy G's our guy. And I know a lot of you are listening right now saying, fuck yeah. I second that. And that's fine if you do. I understand. Garappolo's 28. He's got 3 more years on the contract if we keep him at $25.5 million for all 3 years, pretty much 25 point something. And he should only get better. Took us to a Super Bowl, first full season as a starter. He got us to the Super Bowl. All of that's fine and dandy. And yes, it is understood why we would keep Garappolo. If Tom Brady wasn't available, we wouldn't be thinking about getting rid of Garappolo. Now, the last time we've talked about this was before the season when Garappolo was coming off a torn ACL and we didn't know how Garappolo was going to play or how he was going to look. Well, we saw how he looked. He was up and down. He had his ups. He had his downs. I talked about him. I've been critical of him all season long, but I also gave him his credit when it was due. I talked about his poor judgment, his poor decisions on the field, boneheaded plays, closing his eyes, just throwing interceptions, closing his eyes, bracing a hit. You know, I've talked about his poor decision making. He uses poor judgment at times. I've talked about it, but I've also talked about the Thursday night game against Arizona in Arizona. He put the ball in places he needed to put it in. He gave Emmanuel Sanders and Kendra Bourne and these people chances to make plays on the ball, and he done it. Kittle was gone. He still stood in there and won the game. New Orleans in the Superdome, I was really amazed. He done what I thought he couldn't do. He won a shootout against Breeze in the Superdome, and he won that one. I gave him his props on those games. He was damn near perfect in the first half in Seattle on a Sunday night, week 17. I gave him credit on that. I talked about him when he lost the Monday night game against Seattle. I praised him when he won the Sunday night game in Seattle. It was up and down. He threw 13 picks. He threw about 3,800 yards. And I don't remember how many touchdowns he had. But we ran the ball a lot. We were able to still win games without both tackles, without both starting tackles. We still made the playoffs without a center after the New Orleans game, without a starting center. And we had a good defense, one of the best in the league. So Garappolo didn't put us on our back to get to the Super Bowl either. So a lot of you faithfuls need to calm down and pump your brakes. We didn't get there off of Jimmy Garoppolo's arm. We got there because overall we had the best roster in the NFL. Tom Brady can get there with that same team as well. More than likely. But I know for sure he probably would have gotten us in the end zone in the Super Bowl. But either way it goes, these are all opinions. If these rumors have any truth to it, these are still just opinions on, what would happen if Garappolo stays or if Brady comes. We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball, though, to know for sure that Garappolo is going to get better. He could get worse. Defenses see quarterbacks on film. By year 2, by year 3, they've got them figured out. 4 years later, hey, remember that quarterback such and such? Blake Bortles? Out the league. Remember that guy, Tim Tebow? Out the league. Remember Vince Young? Out the league. Remember Colin Kaepernick? Well, I ain't going to say Kaepernick. Even though he did regress as a pocket passer, we really know why he didn't get another chance. So my bad. I shouldn't have said Cap. And I know you all get mad when people talk about Cap. And now you're loving Garappolo the same way you love Cap. And I think you should just love the 49ers as a team, not, a certain player. You can believe in Garappolo all you want to, but we still don't know for sure Garappolo is going to do the things that we think and hope that he does as he continues to play. Brady is already accomplished. He's already proven it. Yes, he's 42. Yes, he's about to be 43 when the season starts, but he has done it. We know he's a winner, a 6-time winner. So it's not crazy for the people who are saying Brady could come to San Francisco should the Niners consider it. I don't think that's crazy either. I would have rather had Brady on that last drive in Super Bowl 54. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he would have got it done. I see times Garappolo looks shaky. I see a little fear when the pressure is on. That's what I see from our quarterback. If Garappolo cuts his interceptions in half, throws about 1,000 yards in passing yards, throws about 4 or 5 more touchdowns, that ain't going to go away. That's just something you can't get rid of. If you're afraid of the moment, then that's just how you're going to be. You may turn into Peyton Manning all regular season long. You may be James Harden all regular season long. But when it's time, you're going to be who you naturally are. James Harden is playing out his mind during the regular season so many years. And then gets to the playoffs after the first round, he disappears. He doesn't show up enough in these big series. Peyton Manning, one of the best regular season quarterbacks you'll ever see. He gets to the playoffs, he gets to a cold game or something, he freezes up. So, regardless of what Garappolo does, I know one thing that I saw that I'm not sure if it'll change, and that is he looked shaky. He looked like he was thinking, damn, we had a 10-point lead and we still fucking blew it. And now this shit is on my shoulders and I don't want to have anything to do with it. I've seen a guy in slow-mo closing his eyes, bracing himself before he takes a hit and just throws the ball and doesn't throw it away. Sometimes it gets picked. And he's threw a lot of interceptions that didn't get intercepted. We know that too. He makes poor decisions. Brady doesn't. He hadn't shown me that he's clutch. Brady has. All right. Now, he did win in New Orleans. Don't get me wrong. And I give you the credit for that. But, I mean, George Kittle was the one who was rumbling and stumbling up the field 30, 40 yards, letting them jerk his helmet off, and he still kept going. I mean, Garappolo just threw a 2-yard out. So I'm just saying it's not crazy for us to think either way. If you tell me right now the 49ers never thought about getting Brady, they're keeping Garappolo, I'm going to say, okay, good, fine. Now, I just hope Garappolo progresses and gets better because it was a good season, and I hope he gets better. But I'm not for sure that he gets better, and neither are any of you who are saying that he is only going to get better and it's going to take us to multiple Super Bowls. How the fuck do you people know that? You don't know it. You don't know it. This is just wishful thinking, you know? Just like the fact that we could possibly go to the Super Bowl again next year, which I think we can, but I don't know for sure if we will or not. You know, we could. We've done it before. 2012, we went to the Super Bowl. 2013, we came just one game shy of getting back to the Super Bowl. So we can do it. I'm just saying there's no guarantee. We could go back to 4-12. We don't know. We could have one of those Super Bowl hangovers like everybody else has, except for the New England Patriots pretty much. But all I'm saying is let's just not jump the gun and assume, because assumptions is not good to make, that Garappolo is going to be this guy and he's going to ride off into the sunset with 3 or 4 Super Bowls on his own with us, because he's only going to get better just because he's still playing. Some people don't get better with time. Some people get worse if they are just not that franchise guy. Now, if he is, hell yes, he's going to get better. Hell yes, he's going to get better. But we've seen a lot of quarterbacks to where they have these good seasons, and then defensive coordinators get film on them. Year 2, year 3, you don't hear them anymore. You don't see them anymore. What happened to him? What happened? How did he digress? I mean, what happened? What happened? And then 3 or 4 years later, you forget all about him, and it's like, oh man, that dude ain't in the league no more, is he? We've seen it so many times with these quarterbacks, so we don't know what he's going to be. We just like to think we know. And I know a lot of you are probably cursing at me right now because I'm talking about your man, Jimmy G, who a lot of 49er fans from what I read, and I don't mean my audience, my views. This is just me just talking. I'm talking right now as if I'm talking to all the people that I've been looking at, because I'm looking at it now. So I apologize if I'm not saying, that my listeners, my followers are Jimmy G lovers, like the man crush that I know some of these people have on him. But I do know you like your quarterback, and that's fine. I like my quarterback too. But, he does have some improving to do. And I'm not saying he can't do it. I think we all can agree that he needs some improvements. He needs to work on his mechanics. He needs to cut down the interceptions. He needs to stop the poor judgment, the poor decisions. But at the same time, it can be worked on. It can get better. He can work on those things. We know that. But will he? That's what we don't know. So it's not crazy for somebody to consider a guy who's won 6 Super Bowls, 43 or not, 42 years old or not, 43 when the season starts, to come in and do something that we already know he's capable of doing. And we don't quite know that with our own quarterback yet. So I don't see how it's stupid. If it gets us a Super Bowl, I don't see it being stupid. Even if we do have to find another quarterback again in the next year or two. If it gets us a 6th, possible 7th Super Bowl, I'll cross that bridge when I get there, bruh. I'll worry about it then. You know, that's all I can tell you on that. We'll get rid of some players, some contracts. We'll trade some people. We'll do something. There's ways teams can reload and not quite rebuild to start over and get the draft picks piled up and, regroup. It can happen. Seattle just done it. We thought they were going into rebuild mode, but they actually didn't. They just kind of reloaded and boom. Missed 1 year of the playoffs and right back in everything. So, I mean, hey, it can be done. I think Brady can get us a Super Bowl. I think he could have won that Super Bowl. Now, again, like I said, the system, the way the bootlegs and stuff run, now Brady can't do that. He's really not going to be to do that. But I think Shanahan wouldn't mind tweaking that a little bit in his system for Tom Brady. Now, do I think Garappolo will get better? I don't know. I hope so, because he's my quarterback. And that's that. But let's be honest, y'all. Shanahan coached this season like he didn't trust Jimmy Garappolo all season long. We can say that it was because we were running the ball good all we want, but I don't believe that's what it was. We've never seen Shanahan that committed to the run. Remember, he gave up a Super Bowl, against New England when he was in Atlanta for not running the ball enough. And they could run the ball pretty good, too. I mean, we ran the ball pretty good last year, but we still dropped back and threw it. I mean, I just think that, whatever happens, we just got to be good with it because we still have an all-around good team. So if we don't change anything major but the quarterback position, I know the quarterback position is major, but if you got Garappolo or Brady, I don't think you go wrong. I still think it's a Super Bowl team with either one of them. I just think that I just know that I would like to have Brady on the last drive of the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. And I know there's no way possible that I can play with Jimmy G all year long and get us there and then come out the game if it's close and say, all right, Brady, your turn. There's no way we can have both of them on the roster to do that. I get it. So it's one or the other. So, and I'm not asking you, hey, would you like to keep Jimmy G, go 13-3, but miss the Super Bowl, fall short in the playoffs, or would you rather get Brady? And yeah, he's going to be a little older and a little slower and arm not quite as strong, but he'll still get you 10-6 maybe, and you get to the playoffs and you win the whole damn thing. That's not what I'm asking you, because I don't even know if that is how it would happen. All I'm saying is I don't think it's crazy for people to say Brady to San Francisco. It doesn't make any sense. I disagree. Even if we will be looking for another quarterback in a year or two, I still don't disagree, because you know what Brady could do if he played for the 49ers. Let's not talk about the Patriots. That team was not that good this past season offensively. And I also don't think it's crazy for us to keep Garappolo. Everybody that's saying Garappolo should stay, I agree. I'm not tripping on it. I'm not saying, oh, hey, man, I hope we get Brady. Oh, I'm not going to watch us if we keep Garappolo. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is I'm reading a lot of comments where people are jumping the gun, not calling 49er fans real 49er fans, just because they're being honest. If somebody thinks that Brady can get us over the hump and Garappolo can't, they're just being honest. It doesn't mean that they're not a fan. People, we've got to learn how to agree to disagree more out here. We've got to learn how to agree to disagree. From a football standpoint, some things make sense and some things don't make sense in this situation. But it's a hell of a storyline, you got to admit, and that's what this is all for. The best thing I can tell you, though, that will come out of this, whether it's true or not, just the fact that it's a buzz going on about us possibly coming for Tom Brady. If Tom Brady goes back to New England, which he probably will, or if he goes to Tennessee, or if he goes to the LA Chargers, or the Indianapolis Colts, or the Miami Dolphins, wherever Brady ends up, if it's not in San Francisco, that should be all the fuel that Garappolo needs to get us back to the Super Bowl. That would make for another good storyline. I will say that. You know, because I know how I would be. What? Them motherfuckers trying to get Brady. What? Come on, Jimmy, man. He's the GOAT. I don't give a damn if he's the GOAT. I'm Jimmy. I'm your quarterback. You want me out? Y'all motherfuckers want me out? Oh, okay, cool. You know, but I wouldn't take it to a point to where I'd be like Jay Cutler when he heard Denver wanted him out and he immediately demanded a trade and ended up getting shipped to Chicago. I wouldn't take it like that. I think it would be more like, okay, so you didn't get Brady. I don't know if you really wanted Brady or not, but it don't matter. You stuck with me, and I'm going to show you motherfuckers that I'm all you needed anyway. Watch what I do. Watch me work. And I get us back to the Super Bowl, and I win that Super Bowl. That's me if I'm Jimmy G. If I'm Jimmy Garappolo, that's what I'm saying. This could be a good thing either way it goes. I don't see nothing bad about it at all, though. I really don't. Garappolo know he did some things in that game that he wish he could get back. He left some plays on the field that he wish he could go back to. He missed Kittle a few times over the middle. And I don't understand why he didn't look at Kittle on third down. He looked at Kittle on third down every time during the season up until that Super Bowl game. He overthrew Emmanuel Sanders by 7-8 yards. We know that. He wants that play back. So all this Brady talk, somewhere in Garappolo's mind, he's saying, yeah, it wasn't my best game, but damn, you know, I did get us all the way here. There has to be a chip developing on his shoulder some kind of way, though. Like, yeah, I missed some plays, I'm not going to lie, that Tom might have would have made. But damn it, I bet you it won't happen next year. So either way it goes, I look at this as a win-win. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. If Garappolo stays, cool. I'm fine with it. I'm going to give him his credit when he plays good, and I'm going to talk about his ass when he playing bad. Same thing I did in 2019. You know? But I think that it's a win-win because if we don't go for Brady at all and we keep Garappolo, I think this puts a chip on his shoulder. And I just saw earlier today that George Kittle has already got on social media letting Garappolo know I got your back. He said run it back 10. So he's ready to run it back with his quarterback, Garappolo. And that's cool. That's fine. Garappolo needs that confidence, that support, because I don't really know how much support he's getting, but I know he's well loved and well liked in that locker room. But one thing about me, I don't care about any of that. I just care about who can get the 49ers that 6, because I'm sick of hearing Quest for 6. I swear I am. I swear to God, I'm tired of hearing Quest for 6. I'm ready to get the 6. I'm tired of hearing that Quest crap. That means it's been way too long since we've won it. And it has been. And I do think Brady could get us that just as much as I think Garappolo is capable of getting us that Super Bowl. So that's all I wanted to say, is that I don't think it's crazy either way, but I and you all know deep down, you know Garappolo looked shaky in that Super Bowl. That last drive, he didn't look like he wanted to have anything to do with it. He looked the same way he looked against Seattle on the Monday night game that we lost. He was rattled. Clowney had the best game of his career, because, I mean, we didn't. Staley was his first game back, from the injury. I mean, it was just a bad night that we still could have won. So that just goes to show you how good our team is. No tackles for a period of time. No center for the rest of the season after the New Orleans game. I mean, just injuries after injuries. A running back down, then one comes back and another running back's down. I mean, we had a lot of offensive injuries. And, and give credit to Jimmy for standing in there, hanging in there, still getting us there. All I'm saying is, though, we still were able to win with those injuries, with more rushing attempts than passing attempts. I mean, the team was just overall good. It was the best roster in the league from top to bottom. And that's why we got to the Super Bowl. Let's just not say that Garappolo put the team on his back. Yeah, record-wise, he is a winner, but he won this year because that team is good. Let's not get in our feelings when people like Stephen A. Smith said that Jimmy Garappolo, it was the weak link. He said it all year, and look, let's just be honest. When it came down to it in the end, we needed him to get us to get us in the end zone and win the Super Bowl, and that didn't happen. And I know you don't want to admit it, but deep down you know Brady would have got us in that end zone. That's all I'm saying. If we don't go for Brady, I am good. If we go for Brady, I'm telling you, I am still good. Because Brady, I'm not a fan of him. I've never been a big fan of him, but he's won 6 Super Bowls. I can't knock that. I can't knock it. I've criticized the team and an organization plenty of times, but I can't knock what Brady has done. And he has done it, and he is accomplished, and he is proven. We're still waiting on Garappolo to do that. And I understand where people would say, well, we got to give him that opportunity. We got to give him that time. I know what you're thinking. You don't want to see him go back to New England with Belichick and light it up and win Super Bowls over there. I get it. But if he does do that, maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's just better over there than it is out west in San Francisco. Maybe Belichick just knows how to fucking win, which he's proven that he can do it for 20 years now. Maybe that's what it would be. It may not just be so much. And I told you, Jimmy, we could have kept him. I don't even know if that would be the case. He's proven that he's better than Kyle Shanahan in a Super Bowl before. And maybe that's all it would be if it happened again. Because, it definitely could be the 49ers and Patriots in the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people thought it was going to be that this past year, but it wasn't. It could be 49ers Patriots this year in 2020. Except it could be Garappolo, the quarterback for the Patriots, and Brady, the quarterback for the 49ers. Wouldn't that be some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff? But that's very well how it could be, But you would get your draft pick back. The round 2 draft pick. Hell, I may tell Belichick to throw me a 4th round pick back in there because I ain't got no picks after this D Ford trade, Emmanuel Sanders trade. Hey, look, you can get Garappolo. Just give me a 2 and a 4. And now I got rid of the contract. I just saved $22.5 million in cap space. I only took $4 million in dead cap money hit. And hell, I got some more draft picks for your Tom Brady. I know y'all don't want to hear that, man, but I'm just saying, look, don't be mad. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. He will be handing it off to Raheem Mostert, and that offensive line, and Debo, and Kittle, and Jalen Hurts coming. I don't know what's going to happen with Emmanuel Sanders, but Jalen Hurts coming back. Trent Taylor may be coming back. Trent Taylor can be his new Edelman, his new old Wes Welker. I mean, if he's healthy, if these guys are healthy, man, you'll see that Brady can still play. So I'm just saying, if it happens, don't turn in your season tickets. We're still a good football team. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm cool with either way they go, but I just wanted to just let it be known that it's kind of not fair to just say Dion is just out of his mind for saying that. Look what he got started. That's why he said it, because this is his opinion. This is his vision. This is something that he sees. This is what a lot of these reporters do. The media does this every year. Every year they get something started, whether it's true or false, because they want you to think about it. They want their player's agent to, hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. We need to call them and see if they're interested. That's what all that crap is for. If you can remember Jason Lockenfor back in 2017 saying that Mike Shanahan was going to coach the 49ers, or he was going to be the general manager and Kyle was going to be the coach, that never happened. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for that rumor, we don't even know if Jed York was going to call Kyle Shanahan. He was looking at Josh McDaniels and Louis Riddick to come to San Francisco. Then the light bulb might have popped on like, hey, Shanahan, that's not a bad idea too. It's just reporters just putting stuff out, So let's just get out our feelings right now. This may not even be true. Brady may be staying in New England, and he may be using all of this just to get what he wants with the Patriots, whatever that is. Although I'm hearing it's really not about money, but he may be going somewhere else, and 49ers might not even be on our list. I mean, on his list. And we might not even have Brady on our list. So, don't believe the hype. It's all just for our entertainment. Wherever Tom Brady goes, he goes. It really don't matter, to be honest, because I think anyway, when they have those meetings in March, talking about proposals and CBA talk and all of that, they're also talking about who's going to win the Super Bowl. And whoever they say is going to win, that's who's going to win, regardless of who's quarterbacking who. But from a football standpoint, and me knowing what I know about the league, they've gave Brady 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, I would like my chances with Brady being our quarterback because, hey, they may give us 7. The hometown kid, it's a perfect story. It just is. But I also think that, or have said that they'll give Garappolo Super Bowls as well. These are just still things that we don't know. We're only making opinions. These are just assumptions. We can assume Garappolo will get better. He may not. We can assume that Brady will come to San Francisco and win it all, and he could be terrible. I mean, we don't know how this is going to play out either way. All we can do is just sit back and watch it unfold. But don't call other 49er fans fake 49er fans just because they're saying that they think Brady should come to San Francisco. We should go for it. And people who want Brady, don't call 49er fans fake or not real who are praising their quarterback right now. I do think they go overboard a little bit with the Garappolo talk. Somebody said Jimmy Garoppolo God. I mean, that's just ridiculous and so blasphemous. But, hey, it's not crazy for them to take up for their quarterback, and it's not crazy for another fan of the same team to say we should go this route. We just all have to learn to agree to disagree. That's all I'm really trying to say. There's other talks about Armstead. He's supposed to be getting tagged supposedly, but now they're working on a deal. They both want to stay with each other. I get it, and I don't get it. Because Kittle and Buckner are the two who should be in line to get paid. Armstead had his best season of his career, and he only had it because he was surrounded by a lot of talent on the defensive line. We all know that. Bosa, Ford, and Buckner had to be all on the same line for Armstead to finally do something that he should have been doing, and that's win the one-on-ones. Buckner got all the attention anyway, and this time, everybody got more attention than Armstead, and he won the one-on-ones. So what I'm trying to say, to make a long story short, he didn't do anything that he shouldn't have done. And I don't understand why they're so in a hurry to get this done with him. I know he's the free agent and Buckner isn't just yet, but still, Armstead is not that dude. He's only as good as you can surround him. He's only as good as the talent that you can put around him. We know that. If you know football, you know that. Buckner should be the one talking about getting paid. The only thing I've heard about Buckner, though, is him turning down a contract that was pretty big, and he still turned it down. He came back out and said that was a lie. And I believe it was a lie because, hell, he's been quiet. He's done everything right. He hasn't opened his mouth and said a thing. He just played football. All he did is get out there and play. So I don't think he'd do anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand he wants the bag. He should want the bag. And I'm just wondering where the 49ers thought process is right now and what they're thinking. And how much do they value Buckner? And why would they be thinking about giving Armstead the bag, when you need to be thinking about Kittle and Buckner? I'm really not understanding. The only thing I can see is if they really are going to work a deal out, maybe Armstead really is serious about wanting to stay and they're giving him he's going to really take a team friendly deal. Now, if he does that, I'm all for it because we do need him on the end, on base downs because D Ford can't do that. There's a lot of things D Ford showed me he couldn't do this year, like stay on the field. But that's another day, another story. I'll do that another time on another video. But, man, I don't know, man. We're kind of cash strapped right now in this cap space and, moving people around, like McKinnon, Tevin Coleman to save cap space. Those are a lot of things that has to happen in order for Armstead to stay, along with Jimmy Ward. And that's who I've been hearing most about. And I don't know if that's going to happen. And I won't even cry if they leave, because it's like, I know why they were good finally. And I don't see them staying, because this is their only opportunity to cash in, because they don't have any other good years under their resume. This is the one year that they actually balled out. 10 sacks for Armstead. He's got to go get the bag. And we can't give him the bag. Jimmy Ward, injured all his damn career. This is the first year he looked good. He's got to go get the bag. But I'm not going to miss those guys, because I know that you have to surround them with talent for them to have the numbers that they had. Jimmy Ward had to have a damn good front seven. Hell, a top 3 front 4, front 7 in front of him to finally look good. Now, he did ball out, but it was like one of those Deshaun Golson things again. He looked good. He leaves San Francisco, and you don't really hear from him anymore, and then he's out the league a few years later. How in the world did Golson get put out the league that quick? I thought he was out. I thought he was no, he was hiding behind P. Willie, Bowman, Justin Smith, Alden Smith. You know what I mean? Come on now. Hiding behind a good front seven, you all know that. That's what Jimmy Ward did. He looked better in front of a good front seven. Armstead looked good around a good D-line. If those two go, they can be replaced. Move some money around, restructure some contracts, and you can replace those guys. We need Armstead only for first and second down or run downs only. Yes, he's a good run defender, but we can't afford to pay him what he's looking for, and that's understandable. Jimmy Ward, Clinton Dix can replace you. And that's somebody who hadn't missed a game in his career versus somebody who finally had one season where he didn't miss a game. Don't get me wrong. If these guys can come back, I'm good with it. But I'm just saying they can be replaced. I think Kittle and Buckner should be the main focus on paying those guys, because they're the best players on our team. And we know Kittle is the best player on our team. So, but look, Brady, Garappolo, that's what I came for. My time is up. I've talked too long already. Comment at the bottom and let me know what you're thinking about this. I already know what you all are going to say probably. But, hey, Brady, Garappolo, it is interesting. It is a hell of a storyline, and I'm good with either one. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm good either way. I don't think it's crazy to think Brady's coming, and I don't think it's crazy to say Garoppolo's staying. I'm just saying. You take Garappolo to New England, send him back, you get a few draft picks. I can get more back from them than I got what am I trying to say here? I'm getting tangled up. I can get more draft picks probably from New England shipping the quarterback back to them than I gave New England to get the quarterback over here. It's possible, because you kind of got Belichick in a bind here. You kind of got his arm twisted real good. If Brady's not coming back, he's kind of stuck. He'd rather have Garappolo back, who knows the system, knows the coaching and all of that, than bringing Andy Dalton in to stink it up, or Jameis Winston. And you can't draft the top one. So he really's got a lot on his plate right now. It's either get Brady back or, damn, I need Garappolo. Anything else is a bust for him. You could take advantage of that and then free up that $20-something million in cap space. I'm just saying. It's not a bad idea. And if Garappolo does stay, fine. We've got to let go of a few people. We can't re-sign a few people. We're going to maneuver some things around, but we're still going to keep this team intact the best we can, replace the best we can, and we got to get some draft picks, trade back, and do what we can to make sure that we're back in this next year. We just got to be smarter and better. Point blank. All right? So that's it, man. What do you think? Brady or Garappolo in San Francisco, what do you have? I already know what you're going to say, but give me the comment. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I'm back. And I will be back with more videos. It's the 4-9 show with your boy K.O.D.S. I'm out.